My mother literally said, in order to get to my great grandfather, I had to go through her. I had to have a relationship with her in order to have a relationship with my great grandfather. Why is there a fly in here? I hate flies. We've had our doors open and now we have a fly in here. We just buried my great grandfather today. He was truly my dad because I did not have a father growing up. It was just my mom, and then it was my great grandparents. I was raised by a village, and so that man was my father. Now, in order to understand why I was the last person to know that that man was in the hospital for 2 months, in a rehab facility before that, and was also actively passing away on Sunday, let's go to the beginning. In the beginning, my mom and I had a healthy relationship. My great grandparents were pivotal in my childhood even up until I was 17. They were everything to me. My grandmother passed away in 1998, but I still have memories of her as well. Up until I was 10, I had a normal parent, right? And then something happened to me, and it was like a switch flipped from having like this cool, fun, really active, involved mom to having like this helicopter parent, paranoid, manic, um, physically, verbally harming me parent, controlling as well. Now that I'm older, I know why that switch flipped. I know that there are some things that need to be healed on her end. However, that doesn't justify the years and years of harm done by her to me, and then to my husband and his family, and the lies and everything done, um, and the lies and everything said about everybody around me, including them. So I dealt with it the only way I knew how. I was basically being told it was normal. I was getting in trouble for things. And so that was the consequences of being in trouble. It went from being a belt to being, right, like a fool had purple or blue spots on me. Um, they were just hidden. So when I was 12, my mom asked if my great grandparents could move in with us, and I was like, "Yeah," because I'm not. It's not clocking that they're old and that my great grandmother had Alzheimer's and that my great grandfather is like getting older. I picked out the house. Yes, I did. I was like, this house makes the most sense because of the floor plan. My great grandmother needed um, as few steps as possible. So we put her on the main level. We made the living room her bedroom. We made the dining room a living room, and we made the kitchen just, you could just eat in the kitchen at the dining room table. All of the physical harm, verbal harm is still happening, but now I am a caregiver and a student and dancing and doing theater, and I was having headaches galore. I was stressed. Now, keep in mind, not only was I dealing with all of this stuff, I, at the time, was not diagnosed with ADHD, but had every red flag for it. I had brain fog, trouble finishing tasks, trouble starting tasks, starting multiple tasks at once, thinking I had completed tasks when I didn't. And as a result, like, she didn't believe that I had bad memory because I was, quote, too young. And she thought that I was lying about completing tasks. And it was like, no, I thought I did it. And so, like, I would get in trouble for that. I was called a pathological liar. Like, in short, instead of getting me on somebody's couch and getting me assessed, I was punished unnecessarily. On top of that, I felt like I could not be my true self around her. So I would just say what I assumed she would want me to say when we were having discussions about like pop culture or just like things happening, in our little ecosystem. Like, I would just say what I thought she would want me to say, because otherwise it would just turn into this whole like thing where she goes into like a lecture or like starts being slightly verbally abusive, and it was like too much. And so that was the dynamic, hence her response. And also peep the date that she responded. By 2008, I was a mess. Like, I was a mess. And that was the response I got. Now that I'm older, my mask started slipping. I finally went and got assessed and was diagnosed with ADHD. I'm officially diagnosed with depression, anxiety, PTSD from dealing with my mother, and ADHD. I'm saying all of this now because I hope that this helps somebody. I hope that this helps families. I hope that this removes the stigma from mental health. And ultimately, I hope that my mother does get help and gets on somebody's couch and gets on somebody's medication, because the things that I know, even to this day, like